welcome to Heart Center Tarot. As always, my name is Marina, and I will be your guide for this portion of the journey. Please help me say hello to my wonderful guest and co-host, Helen of Irish Granny Helen. Hello, Helen.
Hi, Marina. Thank you very much for inviting me. And that was what I call an introduction. That was that the surprise?
Yes.
Oh my God. You forgot one characterization. What I do for a living. Janitor.
Janitor. Yeah.
But okay.
Yeah.
It was absolutely beautiful. I'm so impressed.
Yeah. Thank you. I had the fabulous Andrew Giorgio put that together for me, and every time I see it, it makes me smile, and I feel like it's giving me a hug. Like
it's beautiful. It's very clear and really pretty.
Yes.
Yeah, I liked it. That was good. At one point, I had a little bit of a delusion that I was going to do some sort of an Irish introduction to my channel. And I had this beautiful picture of Galway, the ocean at Galway. Yes. And so I was going to put some Irish music. Well, you can't use music because of copyright. Uh-oh. I think she hit the wrong button. I'll tell you guys. You can't use real music because YouTube has all these copyright restrictions, but they also provide free approved music, and it comes in categories, but it's like generic music. It's not, they'll have country western, but it's like nobody you've ever heard. And the Irish music they have doesn't feel really traditional. So I kind of gave up. Here she comes. No?
Come on.
What?
Where am I?
I don't know. I can hear you. You've gone into another dimension. I'm fine. I'm just talking without you.
Oh, please. Yeah, please.
I was talking about the stupid music provided for free on YouTube.
Yes.
It's not real music. Do you know what I mean?
I do. Hold on. Let me
not
see.
Not legitimate. Yeah.
Ah, okay. You know what? I may have to remove myself and come back.
Okay. What should I talk about while you're gone?
Whatever you like. You go ahead.
Okay.
You go ahead. Okay.
Okay. I have a particular topic that I'm really looking forward to speaking to Marina about. I joke about her being my foreign correspondent in Canada, coming from the American side of the border. And I feel she probably has a similar sense looking in the opposite direction. But I had an experience a couple of weeks ago having to do with, I'm almost afraid to talk about this. Oh, now I'm gone. Now I'm back.
I have no idea.
It looks like your camera went out. It looked like you tried to push some button or something, and all of a sudden you disappeared. Did you accidentally hit a camera button?
I'm not sure. I'm going to go into settings. Hold on, camera. Now
she's gone completely. This is like trying to have a conversation with Samantha on Bewitched. You never know where she's going to pop up.
Yes, exactly. Hold on. Camera, USB.
Oh, there's something that's all red. Is it in the wrong direction?
It shouldn't be.
One of my nightmares is that my camera will show what's on the other side.
Yes.
There's a lot of echo going on.
Okay. All right. Okay. I will, yeah, I'm going to try this. I'm going to have to unplug it and do whatever. Hold on.
Okay. We're not going anywhere.
No.
Anyway, as I was saying, before I was so rudely interrupted, I'm hoping to speak with Marina and get her advice as my kind of my ambassador from Canada.
Oh, are you kidding me?
Do you want to do a whole new link and start over? Oh, well, was it something I said? What happened? So it's been a couple of minutes of trying to figure this out.
Yeah, can you hear me?
I can hear you now. A
Okay.
minute ago, I couldn't.
Okay. I think.
Oh my God, you scared.
Wait, hold
What
on.
did you do? It went black again.
Okay.
Something must be loose. Do you have a loose wire or?
I might.
Well, do you know what we used to do when I was a child and the TV acted up? We'd go over and smack it on the side.
Yes. Okay. I'm just going to double check here. Mercury retrograde. Yes. Okay. Hold on. I'm going to.
Now there's a little shadow in the upper corner there.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. Hold on. Oh, I think I might have an idea of what it is. Hold on. Talk amongst yourselves. Welcome to Mercury retrograde. Like,
It's always something. Every time it's something new. And I was telling Marina for months I had problems entering into the studio when she would be the host, and I could never figure out what the problem was. But one day I tried it, and boom, it worked perfectly. I did absolutely nothing differently. I have no idea. So you never have the opportunity to actually learn as you go along. It's all trial and error. It's like magic, but it's dark magic. Now you're covered, Marina. Can you hear me? And you're muted.
Okay.
Okay, now and I can hear you, and I can see your left shoulder.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you. Okay. So bear with me, folks. So rather than start a new link, I think the recording will keep going, even though because I'm just going to leave the studio. So I'm going to leave the studio, and then I'll unplug, plug back in, and hopefully that will work.
Okay, before you go, let me ask you a question. Do you have a lot of Canadian viewers?
Good portion.
Okay, good. Okay, I'm going to speak to my Canadian neighbors.
Woohoo! All righty. Okay. give me a second.
Okay, so as I was saying, I had an interesting experience a couple of weeks ago. And as I said, Marina is like my ambassador / foreign correspondent. We are for each other. And I had a subscriber ask me to do a card reading on Canada. Now, I live in the middle of nowhere, and for a long time, for a couple of decades, we didn't have a TV, but we had radio, and we got Canadian radio because we live in the middle of nowhere. No, no offense, just, close enough to get that. Nothing of our own to access. So for a while, for about 20 years, I kind of knew a bit about Canadian politics and what was going on socially.
Okay.
Oh!
Well, you know what? On the camera that I was using, for some reason, it's not working. This one, I don't know how to make it closer, so you get to see all the stuff that you shouldn't see behind me.
Oh, it's cute. You have hats, right?
Yes.
Oh, they're cute. Yeah. Who cares?
Yeah. So just
look at this. Don't worry about it. So I was starting to tell them what I was going to tell you. That, we kind of are each other's ambassadors / foreign correspondents, right?
Yes.
And we always have a good time talking about comparisons of what's going on. Things have gotten really painful. And I had a subscriber ask me to do a reading on Canada. And up until well, maybe the last 20, 25 years, my only access to news was Canadian. So
Hmm.
I knew kind of a lot about what was going on in Canada. But then times changed, satellites got invented, satellite TV got invented, and
Yes.
we got a TV, and I really lost touch with Canada as far as upcoming, situations. So I told the subscriber, yeah, I'd be happy to do that, but I'm not promising anything because I can interpret what the cards say, but I can't put it in context because I don't know. So
Yes.
I went into it. I approached it thinking it would be like a 10 or 15-minute reading. What would I say, right? Well, it was more like 30 minutes. And I thought it was really interesting for me to see what I saw. And I told the camera that I was surprised that it seemed as clear as it did to me. I hoped it was accurate. I didn't know. I heard back from a lot of people that said, yeah, you hit the nail on the head. I don't even remember what I said. I
Oh my God.
was
Yeah.
channeling. I don't know.
Yeah.
So I made the egregious mistake because just my sense of humor. Right? So I said, okay, this is for all my Canadian friends, in the 51st state. I started a war. It was awful. People, not everybody, I would say maybe 10% of the people were really offended and mad at me. I was entirely sarcasm, making fun of the original person who said it, who I
Yes.
loathe. Uh, it's utterly ridiculous. I can't even tell you. I can't even begin to tell you. I was horrified because that was not my intent.
Yes.
And then the other 90% or so of people were really into the politics of it. And it sounded like most of them were Canadian. They knew what they were talking about. People started to get mad at each other. And there's as much division in Canada about politics, I feel like, as they're growing as there is here. People were really heated up and very polarized.
Oh my
I was
gosh.
astounded. I don't usually get a lot of heated political opinion in my comments. It's all old ladies who are coming from the same point of view,
Yes.
and we just, it's all very mellow and friendly and everything. And I was just astounded at how much passion there was in the discourse, but I felt like I started a civil war in Canada. I was like, oh my God, what have I done? So my abject apologies. I did get one really funny comment, which I completely understood immediately. It was so funny. They said, oh, well, listen, if you start out, your video by apologizing, you're part Canadian.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. We
So,
do that. We say, "Oh, sorry," even when we haven't done anything. It's just
no, you don't
part of
go sorry. You go
yeah.
sorry.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
so funny. And where we live, my kids have even been accused when they've gone to college far away. They've been accused of being from Canada because we listened to so much Canadian radio that they started to acquire a Canadian accent. How about that?
Nothing wrong with that.
No, I think it's great.
Yeah.
But I'm amused too. Yeah, it's
Oh
great.
my gosh.
So
Well,
what can you please explain to me what is going on? What raw nerve did I hit?
you know what? I'm not sure, to be honest with you, without actually kind of seeing what it was that
Yeah.
you might have put
Well,
up
I
there.
remember a little bit of it.
But
I talked about Carney
mhm,
and in positive
yes.
terms. Wow, some people really didn't agree with that. I mean,
Yeah.
really didn't. Um,
There is a good number of people, and it's funny that we're talking about this because I had an opportunity to get together with a friend of mine who I haven't seen for, well, close to 3 years because she moved, and um, she is one of those people who does not like Carney, does not like anything liberal. sees Justin Trudeau as the Antichrist, and will bend over backwards to make excuses for the what was the Conservative Party here, which is led by Polyev and whatnot. So there are some people who do have that strong opinion.
Kind of a right-wing conservative, not even conservative, reactionary kind of attitude.
Reactionary.
I will
Yeah.
say this about Trudeau. I don't really know a lot about his politics. Like I said, I haven't been following. However, his picker may be broken.
Mm.
You know who he's dating?
Yeah, I heard.
Well, I'll give you a little tea. I'll spill a little tea for you. My niece went to school with her.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
I should have a behind the membership paid members only secret meeting.
Absolutely.
I've heard some things. Yeah.
Well, you don't say.
But a lot of people's pickers are broken. Look at Gavin Newsom. Look at who he was married to.
Yes. Yeah,
absolutely. Oh my God.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, before, not his present.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think there's a good number of people just simply did not like the way that Trudeau ran things. Although, he was reelected 3 times, so something had to have been working. And I always go back to, when people say, yeah, well, what did he ever do for the country? He added to the debt and he did this, that, and the other. Yes, he did. And he did that during the pandemic. Okay. When a lot of businesses were getting ready to shut down, a lot of people were unemployed, and so on. So he had a choice to either save the economy or just let everything go to
poo-poo
handbasket. Right? Okay. So the people then that had lost their jobs as a result of the shutdowns and whatnot, they were eligible for unemployment insurance or employment insurance. And because the employment insurance, you're on it for so many weeks, and then if you haven't accumulated enough, that's it, you're done. So what he did was, rather than put people on unemployment, he called it was called CERB, CERB, something Canadian recovery, something, anyway. And it was a good deal more than what people would have been receiving if they were on unemployment. And that was so that the economy could keep going, so that people could pay their mortgage, they could buy their groceries, they could make their car loans and all that kind of stuff. It kept the economy going. Did it add to the deficit? Yes, it did. But when you consider how much would have been added if nothing had been done and people just started losing their homes and everything else, and then having to go to the government saying, well, my kids are starving, I need food. Right? He took the lesser of two evils. And a lot of people really crucified him for that. He added to the debt. My first question to anyone who feels that way is, during the pandemic, did you ever receive a CERB payment? If you received a CERB payment, whether it was once or for a year and a half, 2 years, did you, knowing that it was going to add to the overall deficit of the country, on principle alone, did you return that payment? And if you did not immediately return it, sit down, shut the F up, and I don't want to hear about it. Because
what's
have it
disturbing?
both ways.
You can't. And what's so disturbing for me, and I want to tell you a little story that I experienced last night that was really chilling. there is a lack of consideration, of concern for the well-being
Yes.
of people who are struggling.
Yes.
And it's a very Calvinist attitude. God's punishing you. You must be bad because you're having a hard life. And therefore, tough luck, you're a sinner.
Yes.
Pull yourself up by your bootstraps, that kind of callous attitude. And
Yes.
I really struggle trying to understand why people resent so much helping their fellow
Yeah.
Canadians or their fellow Americans or
That's right.
whatever, when we're all stuck here on the same landmass. It's going to affect us all.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Exactly.
So let me tell you a little story. So, are you familiar with Deborah Lupien?
Yes.
Okay, so Deborah and I, we get together every a few weeks, and she does her little magic thing with
Yes.
channeling, and I do the research and tell the story of the person and have the questions, and then she supplies the answers, and it's really an attempt to change the narrative, distract people, provide some
Yes.
entertainment, really.
Yes.
But she's very, very serious about it, very legitimate about it, and it's interesting to me. So last night, I have not uploaded this yet. Last night we covered the South African tech bros,
Mm.
Musk, Teal, Botha, Sachs, all those guys. A very common thread that they share. But she access the Akashic records. If somebody is dead, she can talk directly to their spirit. But
Yes.
if they're still alive, she reads their Akashic records.
Yes.
I was horrified. She was too. But the both of us were like, ew, we need to take a bath. The
Ah.
utter lack of humanity was at such a level that she actually said to me, I'm giving you guys a little preview. She actually said to me, Helen, I'm tempted to say that these guys, these characters, are not really fully human.
Mhm.
Which I was like, oh man, this is validation for decades. Well, 15 years anyway. I've said, and that guy is not fully human. And everybody laughed
Yeah.
at me. My family all thinks I'm crazy.
Yeah.
So it was great validation. But beyond that, it was chilling because they just don't care.
No.
And the level of grandiosity and narcissism, it it's stunning to hear it in action, how they justify, well, I'm doing this, I'm meeting my goals, I don't care what it takes, I can justify. What do you mean, what's the difference between a truth and a lie? You can manipulate what you say to get what you want. I mean, oh my God, Maureen, it was
Yes.
unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. Very, very much so. Very much so. And you know, when we got started, I forgot to say hello to everyone in the chat.
Oh, and then I tortured them while you were fumbling.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for being here. Thank you for sharing part of your afternoon with us. And just quickly, going to say hello to Book, Play, Love, Remember, Innocent Potato, Jackie B, Crystal Connors, Sunset Jean. Hey, Jean.
Oh.
Maria Amethyst Selenite, da, 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 Becky Bednars, Vicky Petrie, Oh, Karen, Juniper Vale, hello. Jackie B, Susan Rotella, Janice, Kathleen Bourgeois. I'm getting close, I think, to the end here. I think, oh, Jason Vincent. Hello, Jason. Mary Hernandez Walker. Alcea Rosea. Thank you. Jay Rico. Jason Vincent. Hello, Mimi Vicky. And CJ. And, oh, Patricia Odell. Okay, I think that I hope I didn't miss anyone. Oh, Rose Blue. I hope I did not miss anyone, but
It's
anyway,
really hard to see. I love people's names. They're so inventive.
I
It's
know.
great. It's really
I
fun.
know.
Yeah.
So, yeah, thank you. If for those of you, if you're hearing an echo, because I'm hearing a little bit of an echo. Am I still echoing?
I heard myself echo earlier, but now I'm not. It's fine. It's beautiful.
Okay. All right. Because I'm not hearing you, but I think I'm hearing me. So anyway,
We'll
sorry
just
for,
we'll
apologies for
just
that
settle for what
interruption.
we have today, right?
Yeah. And
Afraid to look crooked at it.
yeah, I will fix the camera later. But yeah, Mercury retrograde. What can you do?
Is Mercury always in retrograde? Because people
Oh,
are
it
always
feels
saying
like
that.
it. It feels like it. Yeah, it's in retrograde now until I think the 29th. So yeah, we'll see. But there's lots of planetary stuff going on and so on. But yeah, getting back to what you were saying, these I think that there are some people that they're I think everyone is born with a soul. It's just a matter of how low of a vibration it is. And I think that some of these people are extremely low um, vibration.
Yeah, I was in another thing. I won't go into details. I'll spare you the details. But in the process of this conversation, there was information presented that how do we approach and get through to people who are oppositional and difficult. You know what I'm talking about.
Yes.
And the answer was, for many people who have embraced that mindset, their vibration when they came into this lifetime was really low. And they've had every opportunity, as have
Yes.
we all, to elevate it, to raise
Yes.
it, to learn. And it's a matter of trying and stumbling, but they don't even, they embrace
Yes.
the what he called the sins of the flesh, just
Yes.
the material world. And it gets to a point where it's like trying to start a battery, and you try and you try and you try, and pretty soon it's completely dead.
Yes.
Kind of like that.
Yes. Yeah. There's because we are transitioning, I think, uh, to a new world, a new way of life, where we are going to realize that chasing the material doesn't do anything for your soul. It doesn't do anything for making you a better human being, because um, eh, things on the material plane can disappear in a moment. They are not who you are.
Well, they're an illusion.
Yeah, exactly, an illusion. So um, some people are learning, like you say. They've had ample opportunities. Some are progressing, some are not. I think uh, our purpose, or at least what I see as my purpose, is I can hold space for those people, but I don't have to make excuses for them. And it's not my journey, it's not my job to make them see things or make them change their mind or whatever. They're going to do what they are going to do. The consequences of all of our actions are going to hit each and every one of us individually. So, you know, they make decisions, and they're going to have to live with the consequences.
Well, it's interesting you would say that. It brings to mind two different things. We were also told that I made some comment, well, I feel really sorry about the situation. I feel badly for people that are stuck in that. I broke free of a very toxic, patriarchal, authoritarian
Yes.
upbringing, right? And I relate to the struggle, and it's not easy. And if you're stuck in that, it's self-fulfilling, it's a
Yes.
cycle, it's really difficult. I really do feel compassion for them. And the response that we got was, you don't have to feel sorry for them. What you need to do is understand them, and then move forward setting an example. but preachifying does no good.
No.
And there's a difference between getting information out and proselytizing. Big
Yes.
difference, right? And what was the other thing that you talked about that really hit my memory, my one memory cell that's left in my brain, you know?
Yeah,
My excuse is, you know, when you have children, you lose a lobe of your brain.
oh, absolutely.
So I'm in the negative numbers now.
Yes.
Terrible.
Yes.
It'll come to me. I'll think of
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. But yeah, I can't well, let me backtrack a little bit. I saw a video the other day that it kind of struck me as, you know, some people just you just can't make them see something they don't want to see or understand something they don't understand. And this was a a a woman who had posted a video that she is a Trump supporter and has been a Trump supporter and thinks that he's been touched by the hand of God. So you know he's doing fabulous. And then she got word that her SNAP benefits were being cut. Well, not my SNAP benefits. So here she is. She doesn't have any money. She is, I think, what one of the people in the family. It sounds like the rest of the family was more um, Democrat or independent, but certainly not Trump supporters the way she was. So her complaint was that she had gone to her mother-in-law and asked to borrow money so that she could buy groceries. And her mother-in-law said, "No, you voted for this."
Ooh.
And she was like, "Oh my God, I can't believe she would say that. And that, you know, my kids are going to go without this. Could you not see how your participation in what you did before, your participation in wanting to be complicit in hurting others included you? You just thought because I'm white and I'm blonde, it doesn't
Yeah.
apply to me.
I know.
No, no,
I
no,
know.
no, no, no. So yeah, I thought, well, you know what? If I had to say anything, I would say I'm sorry. I'm sorry that your kids are going to have to suffer. Um, but do something about it. Do something. What
Yeah,
are you going
I'm
to do?
so torn by that
Yes.
dilemma
Yeah.
because you know the whole turn the other cheek thing. I mean, you don't want to make yourself a victim, but at the
Yes.
same time, you're supposed to set a good example
Yes.
and judge not lest you be. I mean, you can tell I was indoctrinated well, you
Yes.
know. And those sorts of situations really I struggle with because my gut reaction is tough love. But then you're punishing people that are not party to the decision. Children really have,
Exactly.
yeah. So I don't know. That's a very difficult one.
Yes.
Maybe by being compassionate, the example would make her think twice. I'm probably not. Probably not. And
Yes.
here's why. I remember what I was going to tell you.
Yeah.
There is a fraction of the population that seems to be born with, or at least raised with, a lack of empathy, a lack of compassion, and values that are completely self-serving. And
Yes.
until you actually interact with that and hear their train of thought, it's really difficult to imagine. And when you hear it, it's difficult to comprehend.
Yes.
But there is a subset of people, and they all float to the top. It's just incredible because they're very ambitious and they need to be they're very successful in positions of leadership because you have to claw your way, and they're
Yes.
yeah, they'll do that.
Yes.
People that come to mind, have you ever heard Katie Miller talk?
It sounds familiar. Um,
Stephen Miller,
oh, oh,
his
oh,
wife, she has,
yeah.
oh, she has a new podcast. Oh,
Oh, is it all
it's
about,
stunning. Pardon?
I was being a little sarcastic, isn't all about dispensing good advice, good
Oh,
wifely advice?
it's worse than that, Marina. It's
Yes.
very kind of it's all about her and the righteousness of her worldview and the kinds of things that worry her. And it's so studied in its casualness. It's like here we are just hanging in my lounge chair with my slippers and my leisure wear on, and it's just it's and I'm not judging
Yes.
by visuals. There's a whole ambiance that's being presented that's very crafted and
Yes.
phony.
Very
Because
much.
this is a woman who very shortly postpartum after the birth of her first child left said child and went with her husband to the border with Mexico to appreciate the view of children in cages that she helped to design. I
Yes.
will never understand that.
Yes.
I mean, you remember when you had your child.
Yes.
Everything was emotional. I remember one night crying. My husband worked nights and he went to work and I was filling in her baby book, what was she, a week old or something? It was ridiculous. You're ridiculous with your
Yeah.
first child. And I started to cry because I realized someday I'll be dead and she'll be alone. Oh my God.
Uh-huh.
You're a lunatic, it's and
Yes. And most of us, I mean, my mother would come over and I'd be holding Christopher, I'd be holding the baby. And she'd say, "Okay, I want to hold him," and it would be like, "Okay, be careful. Don't watch his head." It's like, hello, she didn't drop me on my head. I think she's going to be okay with this one, right? But it was, yeah. So the idea that I can go in, I can drop a kid, I can say, "Oh, where's the nanny? Yeah, take it away."
oh, I know. Well, Elon Musk, his attitude about his child, because I asked a question. It's a little preview. I asked a question about, how do you justify being a pronatalist when you have this child that you bring with you into the Oval Office and you just stand there while he wipes snot on the desk? What is that all? And the attitude was, well, that's not my job.
Mhm.
Wow. I'm here to tell you, though, you had your son. By the time you would have had 4 or 5, you'd have it tucked under one arm while you vacuumed, a lot of the novelty wears off.
Yes, yes, absolutely. I have heard that. I was not fortunate enough to have more than one,
Oh,
so
don't
I'm
don't worry.
I'm very grateful for the one that I have because
Yes.
he is a fabulous human being
He
who I
sounds like a
appreciate.
keeper, what I've heard.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, okay. I'm gonna share something with you guys
Okay.
that had me in stitches the other day. I mean, literally in stitches. So I'm going to try to keep it as clean as I can. All right. So
Don't try too hard.
so they Chris had just come home and he had taken Clarity, our beautiful golden retriever. What am I talking about? Husky, to the park. So they had just come back. And so here I am. I'm playing with Clarity and I'm rubbing her belly and, tell grandma all about the park, blah, blah, blah.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, it's a routine. I'm
Oh.
sick. I'm sick. So anyway, Chris goes into the bathroom. And when he gets in the bathroom, he lets out this tremendous fart.
He's gonna kill you if he ever hears this.
And I said, "Come again?" Like. And he said, "Oh, don't worry about it. I just oh shit, I'm gonna screw it up. Oh, it's just some asshole talking shit behind my back.
No.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, don't worry about it. Yeah, just some asshole talking shit behind my back. Well, oh,
Excellent, excellent.
he has his mother's sense of humor. He really does.
That
So
is so funny. Oh my
yeah,
god. Oh my god.
yeah.
Well, what was I gonna tell you before you talked about your son? We were talking about, oh, just the casualness that you develop
Yes.
when you've had more than one, because you've got a replacement, right? No, I know what I was gonna say. I hope people realize I'm joking. Now I'm nervous to joke. I'm afraid people won't.
You know, you know what?
To hell with it.
Yeah, to hell with it. I was going to say something else. F them if they can't take a joke. It's pretty bad when we have to try to pick our words so that somebody isn't offended by what we say. Pull up your big girl panties and just deal with it. Like, we're as long if I'm not being mean or cruel, if I'm not being um, racist or whatever, a joke is a joke.
Well, I'll play devil's advocate because I understand how some people are feeling particularly raw right now. I understand that. And I think some of that, of course, is anger,
Yes.
but I think behind that is fear. I
Yes.
think that there is an enormous threat. It's like having the Hatfields and McCoys living next door. I mean, I understand. And I feel like, do you remember the Munsters, that TV show?
Yes.
Remember the niece who was the normal one?
Yes.
I feel like saying to Canada, hey, some of us are normal, or at least what passes for normal. Yeah. We're not all part of this insanity. We're really not.
No.
And people, my family in Ireland will say, well, you elected him. And I always have to remind them, well, I didn't elect him.
Yes.
But you're correct. He got a handful, not a mandate.
Yes.
Like a 2% more vote. But there was like 100 million people who didn't vote.
Exactly.
At all.
Exactly. Exactly. There's some people who decided that they didn't need to participate in this process because they're, one is as bad as the other. Oh,
Right,
they're all
right.
the same.
Yep.
No, they're not all the same. Clearly, you can see what's happening now versus what could have happened under Kamala Harris. Please do not tell me that she is worse or would have been worse.
Or as bad. Yeah.
Yeah. Or
Well,
as
I
bad.
think, you know what it is, Marina? It's a lack, and I'm not faulting people. It's
Yeah.
A reflection of how well things have how good things have been for a long time.
Yeah.
It's a lack of imagination. It's difficult when you're at the core a decent person. It's really hard to put your mind in the place where you can imagine this kind of evil and
Yes.
cruelty. It's hard. The only reason why I am completely obsessed with it is because I have been for decades. It's just something that, student of history, and it's happened before. But if
Yes,
that's not something that caught your attention and then suddenly it's dumped in your lap, it's shocking.
it is. And particularly, I think, to a lot of people who, because I think most people are generally kind-hearted and compassionate, that it is hard for us to imagine when someone acts in a way that doesn't exemplify that.
Yeah,
You
I
know,
think you're right. Yeah.
what? And I think we tend to do what we generally do, which is, okay, I misunderstood. You couldn't have really said that. You couldn't have really just, repeated that
Yeah.
to me.
Yeah.
Right? So, okay, I'm just going to Yeah.
Well, history, go back to Victorian England. In Victorian England, they fully believed that the poor were poor because God
Yeah.
intended them to be that way. It was punishment for being bad souls, I guess.
Yes.
And therefore, tough luck.
Yeah.
And from that came poorhouses and workhouses and
Yeah.
tenements and, all the things that came directly from that. Um, we don't get enough history here in the United States. We don't learn enough history. And our version of history that's presented to us is
Very sanitized.
I have a book coming up here in a couple of weeks that's I don't want to give it away, but oh my God.
Yeah.
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 It's like when they make a movie out of a true story, so it's a fictionalized true story. That's kind of what we get for history. It's fictionalized true story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It has to fit someone's narrative. And I know. And I just like I think most Canadians realize that not all Americans are mega.
Oh
Not
my God, I hope they do.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And just the same as, well, we understand that there are definitely differences. There are things that we have in common, things that maybe we disagree on, particularly now. That I think is going to change in the future. Maybe not tomorrow. It's going to take a little bit of time. But this this feels like a cleansing, like for those people who have not been able to take a moment and think about what the other might be going through. Maybe they'll get a better sense of that because they have now become the other.
And
Yeah.
I think that I hope Canada has its glasses on. I hope not the rose-colored ones. I
Yes.
hope that you guys are really paying attention because this is how I see what the future very likely is going to be. We're in a period of crisis with the environment. We're going to see migrations of populations. It's already happening. That's a lot of what's going on right now in Africa.
Yes.
And Canada is kind of like the Garden of Eden of water sources and empty land. And
Yes.
I believe that Canada will become a target. All this nonsense about Greenland and okay,
Yeah.
that's about water. That's
Mhm.
about resources and land.
Yes, it is.
When Putin and what's his face were meeting in Alaska, I thought, oh God, American history, Canadian history. Who used to own Alaska long ago? Who was like colonizing Alaska?
Yes.
Russia.
Yes.
And they just recently made a saint in the Russian Orthodox Church of a native Alaskan woman. And I thought, this is cynical. This is all fully intended. Not to belittle her. She was a midwife and she did lots of good things. But there's intention behind this. There's always a power play behind these sorts of things. And just as with the Nobel Prize. So the woman who won was like an activist for democracy, except for the democracy she helped to tear down in the year 2000. And I think that she's been positioned as a puppet leader. This is just my opinion for future reference. What's going on right now in that area of South America.
Yes.
Just as oil is tempting there, water is tempting in Canada.
It absolutely is. And Canada has more fresh water and more freshwater lakes than any other country in the world.
Oh,
Yeah, absolutely. We not only water, but land, natural resources, minerals. When when Trumpy was saying, "Oh, Canada, they've got nothing that we need," we have everything you need.
Oh, well, when he says that, he means the opposite. Did he
Yes,
open his mouth? He was lying.
he was
You know?
lying. Yes,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
Uh,
totally. Yeah,
Everything you hear from him, think about the opposite.
yeah,
What did he say the other day? They weren't going to stop SNAP benefits. He wasn't going to put National Guard and ICE on the streets. That was a while ago. He wasn't going to do that. There was
yeah,
something else he said. It's endless. It's
yeah,
just endless chaos and lies, and you
yes,
don't know what to believe.
yes, and it's all and it's all confusing, and it's all meant to be a distraction so that while you're trying to figure out what he meant by this particular word salad, there's something going on behind the scenes that by the time that you find out about it could be too late, where there's nothing.
It's prestidigitation. Look over
Yeah,
here while I do this over here.
exactly.
Look at the White House.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God.
I know.
If it's metaphor, isn't it? I mean, it's
It
just
is. He's destroying democracy. He is destroying the US. And I know that I had reminded people even as far back as 3-4 years ago that, and I think it was Nikita Khrushchev, I could be wrong, who said in one of the world meetings that Russia was going to take over the United States without ever firing a bullet,
I think
and
it
that
was him.
it's going to be destroyed from within.
Within. That's
And
absolutely right.
people went, as if. I give you 2025.
Well, you have all those institutions in the 1950s that appeared strong on the outside,
Yes.
and traditions and conventions of behavior, like the Marquis de Queensberry rules,
Yes.
nothing binding legally, but they abided by this
Yes.
behavior of a gentleman. And I think Joe Biden was the last vestiges of that culture, and
Yeah.
was completely unaware. I mean, when I heard him towards the end there talking about our friends across the aisle, I about choked on my own teeth.
Yes.
I thought, what are you talking about?
Yes.
Things have changed, and you have to keep up with the times. Things have really changed. Yeah, I do think you're right. I think Khrushchev did say that, and it's absolutely true. And there's been a very studied approach and a plan that's been carried out since that time.
Yes.
It sounds very conspiratorial, except now with freedom of information, they've been able to back it up.
Exactly. Exactly. Just, like some people think that the idea of Project 2025 is something that is very recent. It's been going on for 50 years. This has been a baby step,
Incremental. Yeah. Yeah.
incremental, teeny tiny little
Yeah.
things, so that you don't really notice it. Or even if you did notice it, it
It's
didn't
only
have,
one thing.
it's
Yeah.
just one little thing, just, I'm asking you can you loan me a quarter?
Yeah.
Can-
Right.
I mean, it's only a quarter.
And their philosophy has been, uh, we'll try, and
Yeah.
sometimes we'll fail, but we'll persist, and ultimately we will win. And that's exactly what happened. The people that wrote Project 2025 are now in the cabinet,
Yeah.
or, top
Exactly.
positions. And
Yes.
I just remember the firestorm of anger and disbelief that I got from people last year this time, when I said, okay, you guys, here's the game plan. They've told you exactly what they're going to do. This is what it sort of sounds like, but let me tell you how it's going to manifest in your life. And
Yes.
here we are. Okay, I have a video that I made that I haven't put up yet. It's cards prediction. The FAA, one of the features, and I went back and read the actual transcript, the actual book, Project
Yes.
2025, the other day to confirm I wasn't hallucinating,
Yes.
In that, they want to privatize the FAA. They
Mhm.
want to drive it out of government. Why do you suppose we're having all these problems with the airlines and the airports and the traffic? They want all of that to become capitalist corporate
Yes.
control. And somebody, their pals, will make fortune. That's what it's
Exactly.
about. Yeah.
Exactly. They're taking away people's ability to be able to take care of each other. Because once you're able to fragment people, once you're able to convince them that it is you against the world, you're not doing anything for your fellow man. You see them and the family across the street is struggling. Well, you don't go over and share what you have with them. You make sure that you tell the family, hide the bread, don't let them see it. They're probably going to come in here and steal it.
There's a book called Man's Search for Meaning by Viktor Frankl. It's not a
Mhm.
very big book. And he was I get this wrong, a psychologist, psychotherapist, psychiatrist, I don't remember,
Sounds like
who ended up in a concentration camp and
mhm.
survived. And he wrote this book, how he survived internally without
Yeah.
losing his humanity, the mental games he played with himself, and they all centered around, if I have a crust, I'm going to divide it and share it. What can I do for
Yeah.
somebody else today? Because my imperative is not to guarantee my physical survival. My imperative is to not let them kill my spirit.
Yes.
I love that book, and it's not necessarily the most entertaining book, or it's
Yes.
not fun. It's not real hard either, but the message in it is so important. I can't
Exactly.
stress enough. It should be required reading for everybody.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. That's how you survive is by, yeah, yeah. Sticks and stones will break my bones, but names will never hurt me. You can't. I know who I am. I know what my spirit is. I know, yeah, my sense of self, and I determine that, not someone else by their actions. And it's becoming, um, more and more clear that people they have stopped thinking past their own individual needs, and they're struggling to see things from someone else's point of view. That's when all this shifting, that's when all this is going to change, so that the people who get it are going to be able to get together and manifest a much better world. The people who don't get it, they're not going to thrive, they're not going to succeed, they're going to fall away.
I think it's important to remember that it's actually a process and a struggle. I struggle with this every single day. There's a sense of being unmoored, not knowing exactly where the stable ground is. Every
Yeah.
day trying to think, do I really want to do this? Do I
Yeah.
even want to get dragged into this? And then the sense of, well, if we don't, who will?
Who will?
Who
Exactly.
will? And reminding myself, now this is not about everybody else, we're all on a different path, but reminding myself every single day, okay, deep breaths, you're not your body. The important thing is not, are you going to survive, like physically live through it? And I was telling a friend today that that's not necessarily my greatest fear. My greatest fear is I don't like to camp. And if I end up in the gulag, I don't want to sleep on the ground. And I can't use an open toilet in front of a bunch of people. That's really kind of my big fear these days. That's
Yeah.
terrible. I was rereading Alexander Solzhenitsyn, the
Yes.
Gulag Archipelago. I had to stop. It was really starting to freak me out. I read it a
Yeah.
very long time ago when I
Yeah.
was younger and maybe stupider, and it didn't have quite the same impact. Oh my God. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I
Yeah.
missed that comment. What was it?
Oh, That comment was Innocent Potato. Quote, life's most persistent question is, what are you doing for others? By Dr. Martin Luther
Martin
King
Luther
Jr.
King. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's what we need to concentrate on that. Just do the best that you can, and for I think we have to give up the struggle in terms of going out of our way trying to educate these people. Um, they, for the time being, they do not want to be educated. We have to be ready for when the light bulb goes off, for the few that it will go off, that are going to have questions, that we're able to engage in conversation with them. But yeah, no, it's not a case of, well, here's all the evidence, here's all the facts. They don't hear it. They don't want to see it. They will bend themselves into pretzels to tell you how wrong you are.
Yeah, I know. I know. Well, there is a subset of people who actually trust that you're going to tell the truth as you know it. I'm going to tell the truth as I know it. And they kind of turn to channels like ours to get a little tidbit of
Yeah,
information and figure, well, it's probably right. But
yeah,
at least I know where you're coming from, that
yeah,
kind of thing. But you
yeah,
can't proselytize. It's a delicate balance. You're never going to convince anybody by having a channel like this. And people get into fights in the comments where we started our
yeah,
conversation, and I always laugh because that is the least appropriate place, or the
yeah.
least functional place to
Yes,
have a substantive debate about anything. There's just, you can't, you just can't. And so what's the
yeah,
point? Yeah.
yeah.
I'd much rather that you just said, "Oh, that was interesting. Thank you." Just leave
Exactly.
it at
Yeah,
that.
exactly, exactly. So, but anyway, so you guys, we are just over an hour, um, and I'm going to. It's dark outside now, Helen. Yeah,
Yeah,
so
here too.
yeah,
Yeah,
now
here too. Yeah,
it's dark.
yeah.
And thank you, all of you, for being here. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Make sure that you go over to Helen's channel and do the like, share, and subscribe.
Doing lots of entertaining things these days. We're doing
Yes.
famous old Hollywood murders, and
Oh,
I'm trying so hard to entertain people a little bit. Yeah.
yeah. Yeah. And that's what we need. That's what we need. So,
I have a very interesting guest coming. I always hate to talk about it ahead of time because inevitably plans fall apart and we have to reschedule. But tentatively, next week, I have a priest coming to talk. How
oh,
shocking is that? But he's Episcopalian, so it's okay.
okay.
Um, I anticipate it's going to be a very rewarding conversation. Maybe we'll get some brownie points in heaven. I don't know. I'll
Oh,
ask.
hey,
I'll
doesn't
ask.
hurt. You don't ask, you don't get.
I need all the help I can get.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, folks. Well, thank you for being here and sharing your time with us. And Helen, a pleasure as always. And we'll
That
have
was
to
so much
schedule
fun,
one for
Marina.
next month. Yay!
I'm just
And-
happy to know there's one Canadian who's still speaking to me.
oh, absolutely,
Thank you.
absolutely.
Thank you.
All right, folks. Take care. Bye.
Thank you, everybody.